all the way into this Blu-ray, DVD, digital copy of Venom. Yeah, I just saw the Blu-ray, and of all the movies of 2018, Venom has got to be the most controversial movie as far as critics. You have a 50-50 poll, either way you look at it. You have a lot of people really, really love this movie. Look at China. It did way better numbers in China than it did in America. Then you have the other 50% that really hate this movie. So where does that put me with this review? Well, let me start out by saying this guy, Tom Hardy, does a decent job. I give his performance, he does a B minus as performing in this movie. But there's a big but. Although Tom Hardy does a good job as Eddie Brock in Venom, Sony and Marvel didn't put no reference whatsoever in this movie to Spider-Man. How in the world can you have a Venom movie? This is why a lot of people don't like this movie. And you don't give no reference to Spider-Man. And it's all in the comics. So what they did was try to start this own little revolution with Venom outside of the Spider-Man trilogy. Now, be mindful. Go back in the comics to how good of a character Venom was. And they brought Venom to the big screen on Spider-Man 3. And it was okay. It wasn't the greatest Spider-Man of all time, but it was a decent portrayal of Venom. But I'll tell you what's good about this. Tom Hardy does good as Eddie Brock. Believable character. He's witty, funny. The special effects in this is dope. That's one reason I like the movie. The special effects. It's pretty dope. Stan Lee had one of his last cameos. That alone was worth me watching the movie. I love to see Stan Lee's cameos in all the Marvel movies. And I mean, the villain in the movie, Edward Ching, is okay. I don't want to spoil it for people that ain't see it. Kelly Marcel. A lot of names in this movie that you guys probably don't even know. But I'll tell you this, and I'll make it very brief. Eddie Brock, the news reporter, is basically up and down with his reports. And he goes into this factory where he's trying to get a report on this guy that has a bad rap. And he's asking him all these questions. And he's getting too close to exposing the guy for what he truly is. And this guy's using like homeless people to test out the Venom alien species. That in the beginning, you'll see the species coming from outer space. And that's all I'll tell you guys, and how it gets to Earth and how it goes from person to person. But it has to find like the perfect form to fit. And there are several characters that the species love being in. Tom Hardy is one. But Carnage at the end, the very end of this movie is what gets me, and who says what. The person, I'm not saying, but I like the ending. But you guys check it out for yourself. Venom, I'll give it out of 5 stars. This will definitely get 2.5 out of 5 stars. Could have been 3 if they would have gave Spider-Man some type of reference here. Just had a cameo. But I give Venom on Blu-ray 2.5 out of 5 stars. Subscribe.